Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I have a meal prep video for you. I prepped a little bit of everything, even did some prep for vegetables and salad to have in my fridge to grab and go. I have a brand new recipe for a cauliflower rice pudding, so let's get into it. Normally I do my hard-boiled eggs at the end, but I need my pressure cooker for something else later on, so I'm going to do them now. As always, I do the 5-5-5 method. I put them in on the steam setting for 5 minutes and then let them natural release for 5 minutes and then put them in an ice bath, usually for a lot longer than 5 minutes, but at least 5 minutes. And I do put about a cup of water in here. This time I think I did 5 or 6 eggs. I just like to have a few on hand just to grab and go, a good, easy, nice protein snack. And here they are in the ice bath. Now, sometimes I will peel the eggs, but this week I didn't do it. I usually will see I did so much prep that I decided just not to peel them. I am going to be having some lettuce wraps and also some salad, so I wanted to prep my lettuce for lettuce wraps and then also cut up the green leaf lettuce to have for salads through the week. Just find it a lot easier if I just have it prepped and ready to go. I use my salad spinner to spin it dry. You guys, salad spinner is something to really invest in because I feel like it really makes your lettuce last longer. It comes out so dry. You would just be really, really surprised. So highly recommend these. I think I picked this one up on Amazon. It was really cheap, definitely worth the price. And then also I wanted to make sure I had some peppers and cucumbers cut up for the week. I cut up my peppers like this because I do like to stuff them with cream cheese. And so I purposely cut them a little bit big so I could put cream cheese and everything with the bagel on them. And then the cucumbers just to have sliced up to have in the fridge for something easy to grab for a snack. I want to get those veggies in this week, and so I don't want any excuse not to have them. And I figured they're just ready to go. And I haven't done this kind of prep in a while, and I really miss doing it. Also cut up some green onions, some jalapenos. I need jalapenos in 2 of the upcoming recipes that I'll be sharing with you today, so I got those all ready to go. Next up are some ham and cheese bites. This is one of the things I need the jalapenos for. So in a bowl, we are going to put some diced up ham. I just bought some already minced up ham, and you want to put in about 1.5 cups of ham. This is a whole package, it's 8 ounces. And then you want to add to that 3 ounces of softened cream cheese. So I just softened mine just a little bit in the microwave. And then you want to stir this up really well until both the ham and the cheese are really well combined. Once that's all combined, we're going to start adding in the rest of the ingredients. So I have 1.5 cups of shredded cheddar cheese. This is actually Colby Jack cheese is what this one is. And then we're going to add in about 1/4 cup of jalapeno, and it's been seeded and chopped. If you want it a little bit spicier, of course, just add a little bit more of the seeds in there. We're going to add in 3 eggs, 3/4 cup of almond flour, and 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. Now, I've never made this before. I've made similar of these kind of bite things and that used coconut flour. And honestly, now looking back, I think I may experiment with this recipe a little bit and actually use coconut flour in it because I feel like it makes a better bite. You'll see that these spread out quite a bit, and I feel like any bite that I've made with coconut flour, it has really absorbed everything a lot more, and it has kept its shape a little bit better. As you can see, I added in a little bit more jalapenos because I really like jalapenos. But anyways, anytime I make a recipe for the first time, I always make it exactly how it is, and then I just experiment with it. Now, this is going to go into the refrigerator for 30 minutes, and then we will put it on a cookie sheet or sheet pan, whatever you call it, lined with either parchment paper or a Silpat like I have here. So I'm just going to take my scoop. It did say 1-inch scoops. I'm doing a little bit bigger scoops because I anticipate I'm going to have these for lunches more than just like a snack, and so I did a bigger scoop. But anyway, like I said, it's not as firm as I would like it. And I think with coconut flour, it would have came out a little bit firmer. So I think I will definitely make these again because the flavor was really good. I like all the ingredients. I love the jalapeno in it and the mixture of everything else. But I think next time I will substitute coconut flour. So if I do any alterations to this recipe in the future, I will let you know and let you know how it turns out. Once you have everything on your sheet pan, you're going to put this into a 350-degree oven for anywhere between 15 to 18 minutes. I ended up doing the full 18 minutes because after 15 minutes they were not quite brown enough, and so I ended up putting them in there for another 3 minutes, and this is what they look like when they came out. Like I said, you can see they really flattened out quite a bit. The dough was just not as compact like it is with other bites, but these tasted really good. I need some bacon for a recipe I'll be sharing with you later on in this video, so I'm going to go ahead and cook up some bacon. I really didn't plan on having bacon for the week for breakfast or anything. I'm going to be using Canadian bacon that I bought, that I showed in my grocery haul, but I did need bacon for a jalapeno popper chicken salad that I will be making here in just a few minutes that you will see. So this bacon is going into a 400-degree oven for 15 minutes, and it comes out perfect every time. I do notice that it does differ by your oven because I've used different ovens making this, and so definitely just maybe if you're first starting out cooking your bacon in the oven, I would maybe start out at 400 degrees and maybe start with 10 minutes and just see how your oven cooks it. My last oven was like 12 minutes. This one is definitely closer to 15 minutes, but again, just kind of watch it and see how it goes. And then next up, we are going to make a salsa chicken. This is going into the crock pot. So I'll be using this for salads or wraps or my little Mr. Tortilla wraps. Now my chicken is still a bit frozen, so that's okay. I've never had any issues with that. So I have just one of those whole packages of chicken from Costco, and I'm adding in a cup of salsa. Just use some fresh salsa that I got at Walmart. And then I have 2 tablespoons of my homemade taco seasoning. So I put that on top of that, and then literally that's all we do. Then this is going to go into your crock pot. So I am using, my crock pot broke a long time ago, so I have to use my pressure cooker, which that's the reason why, what's nice about it is it has a slow cooker setting on there. So you're going to put this on the slow cooker setting, and you want to cook it for 5 to 6 hours on low or 3 to 3.5 hours on high. Now, since my chicken was frozen, I wanted to make sure I did the 6 hours, and then once it comes out, you'll just shred it up with a couple of forks, or you can use a mixer as well to shred it up, and this is what you will get. So you guys, this has so much flavor. Like I said, I'll use this for wraps or salads, just a nice thing to have in the refrigerator. Now, you guys have seen me make jalapeno poppers before, but I thought I would change it up and do some pizza jalapeno poppers. Never done this before, don't know how they're going to turn out, but I had some mini pepperonis left over from last week when I made the Italian salad, so I thought, why not? I'm gonna try it because I like to eat pepperoni and like bell peppers with cream cheese, so I thought, hey, this may turn out really well. So I'm just taking some cream cheese and I'm putting them in the jalapenos here, and then I will top that with some pepperoni and some cheese. Now I just kind of experiment a little bit. I wasn't sure, like, should I put the pepperoni on the bottom first and put the cheese on top because the pepperonis are kind of falling off, but I figure once I put them into my air fryer when I cook them, then it won't really matter because I can readjust all the toppings before I throw them in there. Usually what I do is I throw 1 or 2 in a time, whatever I feel like having at that moment. I put them fresh in my refrigerator, and then I just take out what I need and I air fry them as I want them. And like I said, I usually put them at 400 degrees. I know 400 is what I use on my air fryer for everything, and I usually do I start out at 5 minutes and see how it looks and just go from there. So I did kind of experiment for both ways, just the cheese on the bottom and the pepperoni on top, and the pepperoni on the bottom and cheese on top. But I found it just easier to honestly just put the cheese on top and the pepperoni on top of that. So we'll just see how it goes. But I will definitely let you guys know how these turn out. But I don't see how they couldn't. I mean, it's pepperonis, cream cheese, jalapenos. It's everything. Only thing different is it doesn't have bacon. It just has the pepperoni instead of the bacon. So thought this was a fun way to use up those little mini pepperonis. I had somebody ask me a while back if I had a rice pudding recipe using cauliflower rice. Never heard of it, so I looked up a bunch of recipes. I came up with this one. I've been experimenting with it. I think this is the one. So in a saucepan, you want to combine about 1.5 cups of cauliflower, and I just used a whole package of the Great Value cauliflower from Walmart. It's 12 ounces. I just let it thaw out a little bit, and then I went ahead and just put the whole entire package in here. So to that, you're going to add in some coconut cream or coconut milk, whatever one you had. I had this Thrive Market in my cupboard forever, and I thought, oh, this is the great thing to use. So I actually had 2 of them. So like I said, I've been experimenting with this recipe, so that's how I used up my 2 things of them. Anyway, so you do 1 cup of either coconut milk or coconut cream. I prefer the cream because it's just a little bit thicker, so you can find it in any store. You can find the coconut cream. Just look at the carbs because some are higher than others. Then we're going to add in some spices. So I'm adding in some cinnamon and some nutmeg. You want to do quite a bit of cinnamon, probably about 3 tablespoons. No, not that much cinnamon. 3 teaspoons of cinnamon, about a half a teaspoon of nutmeg. And then we're going to do 1/3 cup of sweetener. I'm using the golden monk fruit sweetener. I just like how it tastes in this type of thing. It reminds me of brown sugar. And then I'm going to do 1/4 cup of egg whites. And then also some vanilla, of course, so about a teaspoon of vanilla or so. And then I also did a pinch of salt in that because you like to have a little bit of salt with sweet because it really helps cut all that down, and just don't leave that out. Don't leave that out. Anytime you see a recipe that calls for salt in a sweet recipe, definitely add it in there. It does its job, and it makes the recipe taste just that much better. And then I almost forgot my heavy cream, so I just did 1/4 cup of heavy cream. I didn't want it to be super heavy cream heavy. That's why I did the coconut milk and the heavy cream mixture. And then bring that to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, you can go ahead and add in your xantham gum. You always want to add in xantham gum to a hot mixture. Don't ever add it to a cold mixture because it'll glump up and it'll be like gum. It's terrible. So I did 1/4 teaspoon of xantham gum, and I'm going to stir that in really well. And then you're going to let this simmer for quite a while until it's nice and thick. So after you bring it to the boil for 3 or 4 minutes, turn it down to low and let it simmer for a long time, just stirring constantly until you get that thickness that you want. And then just a spur thing, I have not tried it with this. I got this salted caramel collagen from Preferred Elements. They're one of my favorite collagen people. And I thought, why not? I'm just going to add this in there because it adds a little bit extra collagen. It has that salted caramel taste, and I am so glad I did. I tasted just a little tiny bit of this, but I want to do a true taste test with you guys in one of my daily videos. So probably Monday, I'll do a true taste test with you guys. This is my final recipe, and I haven't tried it yet, so I want to try it on camera with you guys. And plus, I like it cold. I'm not a fan of rice pudding when it's hot. So, I want to put this in the refrigerator. I feel like it's better the next day. So I'm going to put this in the refrigerator. Monday, I will try it on camera with you guys. I sprinkled a little bit of cinnamon on top, and there you go. So this has got nice and thick, and let's just wait. Stay tuned for Monday, and I will let you know how it tastes. Next up is a jalapeno popper chicken salad. Oh my gosh, I am so glad I found this recipe. You want to start off with some sort of shredded chicken, so you can either poach your chicken yourself and shred it up, use a rotisserie chicken. I just used a canned chicken. I know a lot of people don't like canned chicken. I don't have an issue with it. So you want to just go ahead and shred that up really well until you don't have any big chunks or anything. And to that, I'm adding in 1/2 cup of mayo, some salt and pepper, some onion powder, some garlic powder, all the usual suspects as far as spices go. And you want to add all that in there. Then we're going to add in some green onion, so about 1/4 cup of green onion. And then you want to do 5 strips of bacon that has been cooked and crumbled up. So you're going to add that in there. And then we are going to add in the jalapenos. So it's 3 jalapenos that have been de-seeded and sliced up. So added that in there. It did seem like quite a bit of jalapenos, but I felt like they worked really well in this recipe. So it did. I think the original recipe actually called for you to saute up the jalapenos, but I prefer fresh jalapenos, so it's up to you. I will have the original recipe linked down below, so check it out. It's up to you whether or not you want to cook them or not, but I didn't. I like this. I like that fresh taste of jalapenos, and this is what it looks like. So also, I decided to add in some cheese. It didn't call for any cheese, but jalapeno poppers have cheese on them. So I added in about 3/4 cup of shredded Colby Jack cheese. And this is the final product. So I figured I could have this on lettuce wraps. I could do it on a regular wrap. I could do it on a Smart Bun. Or you could just eat it. It's really good. I did taste it. It is really good. So that is everything, my friends. This is everything that I meal prepped today. Let me know down in the comment section what you meal prepped. And also I will have all these recipes linked down below in the description box. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.